welcome to another episode of I Know Jax. I'm Joe Talentino. This week I have a brand new show lined up for you and it's going to be awesome. I have the whole gang on board. Mark Wisdom is in the show and Carla Michelle is gracing us with her presence too. We haven't had everyone gather like this since before the holidays. But don't worry, there won't be any dancing going on this time. Those of you who watch the show during the holiday season know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're curious, you can watch our holiday dance on our YouTube channel. And that's where we upload all of our videos anyway, so check it out. 2014 is the year when it's all coming together for us. We've kicked off the new year with a great start. Every week we get more and more subscribers to our newsletter and YouTube channel, and lots of people in Jacksonville are following us on Twitter too. This week, I felt the need for speed, so I took a short drive to Daytona to see what's happening at the track. I'm at Daytona International Speedway with Joey Chitwood III, and you guys have a huge event coming up next weekend. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, we really do. The Rolex 24 under IMSA Unified Sports Car Series now. We had Grand Am and American Mall last year. Got over 60 entries, great cars, Porsches, Corvettes, Ferraris, you name it.
Yeah.
We're going to put on a heck of a show. And not only that, from about 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the infield during the Rolex 24, it's as good a people watching opportunity as you will experience in sports. I'd put it up against Mardi Gras, it's so good. We've got concerts, Ferris wheels, karaoke, fireworks at 9 o'clock. We're going to have a really good event next weekend.
Sounds like a good start to an event.
A good start, a good end. It's how we kick off everything. You know,
right.
When you look at our season, January, February, March are instrumental for us.
Yeah,
we'll go
absolutely.
sports car, stock car, and motorcycle, but there's nothing
In the
like
blink of an eye,
nothing
right?
like starting with a 24-hour race to get it going. But we're excited. This is what we do, and the fact that IMSA is in a good position, I think we're going to give them one of the best Rolex 24s we've ever had.
And the coverage for this is unprecedented as well, as far as television is concerned.
And not only that, 2 hours on Fox. So for us to have actually network to start the race, that's a big deal. Great for the sponsors, great for everyone. Really some positive momentum for that series. Great schedule for the year. Some really great racetracks, some historic venues. I'm excited. It's nice to also kick it off for them.
Sure.
We like to do things big and bold in Daytona, so we'll start it off for them and we'll let the others carry the ball after that.
Right. Well, talk to me a little bit about some of the other events that are happening, like you're talking about in the infield, some of the entertainment stuff. Tell me some more about that.
So we'll have a concert on Saturday night in the Sprint Fan Zone. We'll do karaoke a little bit later. That's usually people have had their refreshments, so they really enjoy that opportunity. Of course, we've got our midway area with a bunch of displays and merchandise. We've got our Ferris wheel. 8:57 to 9 p.m. The fireworks will go off right at the end of TV. That'll be really cool. And then things get really interesting in the infield. People they wander around, have a good time. It's really just a great event experience. More so than coming to a race. And with weather looking pretty good, I think that we're going to give our fans a great show.
Well, tell me this: for a first-time 24-hour, like a newbie coming to the race, how would they best experience it? What's a good walk them through?
Well, the key would be wander around.
Wander everywhere.
You want to see everything. and there might be a great vantage point for a certain turn to watch the racing.
Because everybody asks, how do I do 24 hours?
Well, 24 hours.
It goes by that quick when you're watching.
You've got to experience everything. That's the best way. And that's what it's set up to do. You want to be in the infield where it's happening. You want to wander around. The Sprint Fan Zone's got great viewpoints. But at the end of the day, make sure you soak it all in.
There's something to watch everywhere you look.
There really is. And you know what? There's great cars to watch. Great drivers. Ganassi's team
so many
is loaded.
So many different classes too, which is the unique part of this unit.
For me, I really enjoy this because it's a little bit different than what we normally do. And you're going to see some good stuff happening. Whether
it's got more cars.
Whether you see it at 2:30 for the start, or 2:10 for the start, or you see it at 7 p.m. when the sun's going down, or in the middle of the night when the lights are going on and things are happening. There's a little bit of something for everyone.
Well, you guys ought to come on out and join them here at the Rolex 24. this week we've been out shooting at some of the breweries in town. It's always a lot of fun. It's just amazing to me how Jacksonville has changed in just a few years. Craft beer has just exploded, and we're all over it. Just take a look. Today I'm at Bold City Brewery with the founder, Brian Miller. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
So tell me about this brainchild, man. How'd this come about?
It was just one of those things.
I just happened to start a brewery.
Well, it's you know, a lot of people that go into business for themselves get fed up with what they're doing on a daily basis.
Sure.
And that was kind of what happened with me.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much with Mom; she was retiring. And
by the way, Mom is his partner.
Yes,
like
Mom is my
coolest
business
mom
partner.
ever,
It's
right?
true. She is. She's even my mom when I say she's cool. So she's pretty cool. But it was just one of those things where I was tired of what I was doing. I had my first son, and I kind of had an epiphany, I guess, one day that said, is this what I want to do the rest of my life? Is this what I want my kids to kind of see me doing, and then them follow that path? And I kind of
Are you being the right role model? Basically.
Right, exactly. And I thought, you know, I mean, I wasn't healthy at all. I was sitting behind a desk, you know, eating Twinkies, whatever else I could get my hands on, sitting behind a computer, and that's not good for you at all. And so I thought, you know, why not do something I love?
So you just said, had you been brewing beer as a hobby before?
I started home brewing probably about 4 or 5 years before we opened Bold City back in October of 2008. And actually I met Ken from Just Brew It, which is a homebrew shop here in Jacksonville, at the Home and Patio show. And so they had the homemade soda machines, and I was over there. I said, "Whoa, what's this?" And then Ken's sitting over there, and I said, "Hold on, there's beer here." And so,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it all kind of
got my attention now.
Yeah, it spawned off of that, and then bought a homebrew kit and never looked back.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have done a great job here. You were really the first one of the new wave of craft beer here, right?
Yeah, we were the first. Well, you had your brew pubs. You had Seven Bridges, Ragtime, and then in St. Augustine.
But not really breweries in the same.
Well, they're breweries that they brew beer on site, but they're not production breweries.
Right, gotcha.
What they're brewing on site is sold on site.
On site.
And so yeah, we were the first to come in and open a full production brewery.
Cool.
And
how the landscape has changed since then.
I know,
crazy,
it's awesome.
Isn't it?
I think it's fantastic.
So it's not one of those ultra competitive deals where it's like, oh,
no,
screw those guys.
No, the competitiveness is, the competitiveness really comes a lot from the customers and the distributors.
Right.
They're the ones who kind of
they take up your battle for you.
Yeah, well, a little bit, and it's like, why are you even, doing that? The more, the better, the merrier, and we're all happy about it.
Sure.
And so as we continue to grow, and the Jax beer, or the Jacksonville craft beer scene continues to grow, I think that's fantastic for everybody.
Yeah. When did you guys make the decision to start canning and getting stuff out in the stores? Because that's pretty recent for you.
Yeah, I wanted to can
from day one.
Yeah, we'll bring Mom back into this. I wanted to can 6 months into it, and it's not the cost of the equipment. The cost of the equipment is very expensive, but it's the minimum order of cans that delayed us because the minimum order is a full truckload.
Wow.
Now, you used to not be able to split it into 2 brands. Now you can.
Okay.
So, for instance, we can split up Killer Whale and Mad Manatee on one truck.
Which, by the way, that's what we got in front of us is Killer Whale and a beer break. How about that?
Yeah, beer break.
That's my favorite one you guys do, by the way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But we were going to upgrade our packaging equipment anyways. We were bottling. And so I kind of thought, okay, this is my last chance to convince her.
Push Mom.
Yeah, because even though we're business partners, she still makes, we make the final decisions on a lot of things together, but with this, it was kind of, when it comes to money and purchasing and things like that, she makes that final decision. I can only beg and hope. And so I put together, I got to say to myself, it was a pretty awesome presentation, and I even brought in bottles. So you
convinced her?
Yeah, and I said, here you go. And so I brought in bottles and cans, and we did blind taste tests and stuff like that. And she was really convinced at the end, and she said, okay. She said, let's do it.
And
so
it's been awesome ever
I love
since,
it.
right?
I love it. We'd bottle. It wasn't. It wasn't fun after a little while. You're just like, all right, we got to bottle again today and this and that.
Darn it.
And canning, even though it's still new to us, I love coming in and doing it.
Yeah.
I love coming in and canning.
Well, it's got to be cool to know that there's so many people around Jacksonville that are enjoying your beer.
Yeah, it is. It's very, it's humbling, and it's a great feeling at the same time.
Cool. For more information about craft beer in Jacksonville and Bold City Brewery in particular, go to IKnowJAX.com. We'll have more craft beer stories coming up this spring. Now, if you subscribe to our newsletter, I'll let you know when we're shooting next time so you can come out and join us. I really enjoy doing stories about what's happening in our area and getting out to meet more people who, just like me, enjoy having fun. The more the merrier. So please, tell all your friends about us. Help us by sharing our stories in social media. And don't forget to send me your story ideas for the show. You can find me online or just send me an email to joe@IKnowJAX.com. I live by the calendar. There's always a deadline coming up, and I'm always plotting and planning for stories I should pursue next. There's lots of fun stuff happening in February, but many of my guy friends have asked me about what to do with their significant other for Valentine's Day. I don't get it. Why are they asking me? The same thing happened last year. I'm not really good at these things at all, so this time I'm going to ask you for your help. So ladies, what do you really want for Valentine's Day? Help me out here. What would a perfect Valentine's Day look like for you? And please, keep it realistic. None of that 1,000 red roses and that kind of stuff. It has to be something your normal everyday Joe can handle that doesn't break the bank or take too much planning. Guys, if you've done something in the past that was really successful, send me your ideas. I can use them. Send your best ever Valentine's date suggestions to joe@IKnowJAX.com. Photos are welcome too. Well, that's it for this week. I'll be back next week with a new episode of I Know Jax. And until then, I'll see you on the internet.